Hello, good morning, boys and girls. We are on page 81. Make sure you guys are turning to the correct page, page 81. Today we are working on word problems, okay? So we are on lesson 15 homework and we are working on word problems. These problems are going to be really difficult, but we're going to break them down and make sure you're understanding how to do them. So for problem number 1, it says Tia cut a 4 meter, 8 centimeter wire into 10 equal pieces. So I'm picturing in my head right now 4 meters and 8 centimeters, okay? And she's cutting a piece of wire. So we imagine someone with a pair of scissors cutting wires, right? So here's the wire and she's cutting it. And I'm imagining her doing this. So she's cutting all of the wires. Okay? Now, she's cutting them into 10 equal pieces. So I'm picturing that she's cutting them into 10 equal pieces. And then it says Martha cut a 540 centimeter wire into 9 equal pieces. So there is another person, her name is Martha, and she's cutting them into 9 equal pieces. She's doing the same thing and she's cutting it into 9 equal pieces. And I'm wondering how much longer is Martha's wire versus Tia? So we're comparing these two people together. Now, that's the first thing I did. I pictured in my head what is going on, what are they asking me to do? So they're asking me to compare these two people and their wires. That's what I'm going to do. So first thing I know is that 1 meter is equal to 0.01 centimeters. I am going to convert it into centimeters because it is easier for me to convert the whole thing into centimeters rather than changing this into meters. Okay, so I'm going to convert everything into centimeters. We have 408 centimeters, which is what I got from here. 4 meters and 8 centimeters is equal to 408 meters. Okay, so I'm going to be converting 408 meters into centimeters. I'm multiplying 408 times 1. 408 times 1 is equal to 408. Now, I am going to move my decimal over 2 times. So in this case, I am moving it over, oh sorry, this is supposed to be 1/10. And the reason being is because we are converting, yes, meters, but we remember that 8 centimeters is already converted. So that's why you're going to be multiplying it times 0.1, okay? So that means that I'm moving my decimal over 1 time only. So my final answer is 40 and 8 centimeters. Now that I have this answer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing to Martha. I'm changing Martha's into centimeters as well. So I know that 500, I'm going to multiply 540 centimeters, and I am going to multiply it times 1/9. And the reason why I'm multiplying it times 1/9 is because I am dividing it into 9 equal pieces, right? And that's why for this one, we are also dividing it into 10 equal pieces. So if I were to write this again, I could even write 1/10 because I'm dividing into 10 equal pieces and this one is 9 equal pieces. So I have 540 times 1/9 because I'm dividing. So 540 divided by 9 is equal to 60 because 54 divided by 9 is 6 and then add my 0, I get 60 centimeters. So now I know this one is Tia's measurement and this one is Martha's measurement. Okay? Now, with these two, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract because I am finding out how much longer is one of Martha's wire than one of Tia's. So I'm subtracting. I can subtract 0 minus 0, which is equal to 0. I'm going to regroup because 0 cannot subtract 8. 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. Bring down my decimal. 0 changes to a 9. 9 minus 0 is equal to 9. 6 changes to a 5. 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. So my final answer is 19.20 centimeters long. So I'm going to write that down, 19.20 centimeters longer than one of Tia's. Now I'm going to move on to problem number 2. For problem number 2, it says here, Jay needs 19 quarts more paint for the outside of his barn than for inside. If he uses 170 quarts in all, how many gallons of paint will he use to paint the inside of the barn? So I know that there is a barn, so I'm picturing in my head, a kind of barn that he's using in order to paint. and I'm picturing a person named Jay. Okay, so he's painting his house, so maybe draw a paintbrush so that it shows he's painting his house. Okay, and he's painting his house with paint. Okay, so he's outside, he's painting the house, painting the outside of his barn with paint, and he's also going to paint the inside. So right here, I measured outside and inside. What we know is that he uses 107 quarts in all. So right here, we have 107 quarts in all. But it also says that he paints 19 quarts more outside than inside. So we added 19 at the end. So what I'm doing here is I am subtracting 107 minus 19 so that I can figure out and divide it by 2. So 107 minus 19 is equal to 88. I'm dividing 88 divided by 2, which gives me 44. And I'm multiplying it times 1/4 gallon. The reason why is because I'm changing it into gallons. Because it asked me right here how many gallons of paint will he use to paint the inside of the barn. So I'm multiplying times 1/4. 44 times 1 is equal to 44, and 1 times 4 is equal to 4. So we have 44 divided by 4, which is equal to 11 gallons. That is my final answer, okay? Now I'm going to turn the page, and we have problem number 3. For problem number 3, it says here, string A is 35 centimeters long, string B is 5 times as long as string A. Both are necessary to create a decorative bottle. Find the total length of string needed for 17 identical decorative bottles. Express your answers in meters. So I need to make sure that I'm expressing everything in meters. They give me the numbers in centimeters, but they want me to convert it into meters. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to make sure that I multiply my answers first. Or actually, I'm going to add my numbers together first, and then I am going to multiply. So 5 plus 5 is 10. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 1 plus 2 is 2. So we have 210 centimeters. I'm going to take 210 centimeters and multiply it times 17. The reason why is because there are 17 identical decorative bottles. 7 times 0 is 7. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Add a 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. And 1 times 2 is 2. I'm going to add everything together. I have 0, 7, 5, and 3. Okay, I have 3,570 centimeters. Now, I'm not quite done yet because I need to convert this into meters. So I'm multiplying times 0.01 meters, and that's going to give me my conversion. 1 times 3,570 is going to give me 3,570. I'm going to move my decimal over twice, just like in my question. So my final answer is going to be 35.70 meters long. Okay. Now for the last problem, you guys can cross it out. I think these problems are enough to really help you guys on the test. So make sure you guys are asking me questions in class if you have any.